Hello, students. This is Professor Charles Holmes, and I wanted to show you a brief way to start creating logic models. As you've likely seen in the MPH curriculum, we do have several instances where we utilize logic models. They're very important to public health implementations and just tracking efforts and giving you a visual of what macro events are anticipated to happen with some of these. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen and I'll show you kind of how I feel is the easiest way to go about creating a logic model. So first thing you want to do is open PowerPoint. So you can see my screen there. And click on blank presentation. You'll open up with this portion here, the click to add title. That's pretty easy to fix if I remember correctly. So you click on new slide and you just click blank and you could delete that one up here. So now you have this blank slide. So what are you going to do with it? First thing I always typically do is click insert for a text box. So I'll just put a little text box there and I'll call this, this will be for MPH 608. So we'll do health communication logic model. And the title of this one, I'll place it into the exemplar paper that's shared for week 5 assignment 1. So for that one, I'll call it Alameda County Air Quality Warning System Development. So that'll be my title. So, and you can play with these fonts and stuff later on, but right now I've got it set up. So the next is the actual logic model, and you'll see this in a lot of your textbooks. But the easiest way for me to do them is I use these just varying rectangles. So the first one I'll put here, and I'll create it that way, and I'll make it orange, and then I'll insert another shape. Maybe this one will have hard edges, and really utilize the PowerPoint I guess you call them alignment arrows. So you can see I have the dotted lines along the bottom and along the center. And that indicates that these boxes are aligned and they're going to look, appropriate. So I'll put that one there, and then I'll do one more for the outcomes. And let's make it that shape. And I'll pop this over here. Okay, I've got my dotted line along the bottom, and I'll make this one yellow. Okay, so the next thing to do is I'll go into insert and I'll go back to my text box, and the first column is almost always called inputs. So, and I need to find a size of font that looks good for that. So we'll just go with, say, 28. That'll be easy enough to see. Again, I'm using the alignments. So now I've got inputs there, and then I need to do more text boxes. So this one will be typically this is outputs. Oh, excuse me. And this one was a size 28, so I'm going to make this one a 28 as well. And I'll do my best to center it using those indicators there. And then I'll add another text box here. And this one varies. Let me look here. Okay. So you can do outcomes, or sometimes known as impacts. So we'll just make that both of those. And then again, I need to make it size 28 so it matches well. And then use my arrows there. So now I've got my headings. So then you're just going to do the exact same thing for the lower cells. So for this one, I'll place a cell here, and this whole column is going to be orange. So I'll do another cell in the rounded formats and try and get it to line up that way. There we go. Do it in orange again. And just to show you, because I'm not going to do the full creation of one because it would be far too long a video, but I will show you kind of the idea. So, okay, so that's centered now. So I've got my inputs, I've got my outputs. Let's say over here I put the communication channels. So for the exemplar, my plan was to use text messaging through smartphones. So there can be warning systems, and then social media. And the outputs would be faster alerts for individuals. So what you have to do is I have to be able to demonstrate that. So if I don't write it, it's not going to be as clear. So we'll see smartphone alert, and I'll do social media. Okay. And then over here, this will result in faster response time. Oh. Okay, so I've got my inputs, I have my outputs. Now I have to demonstrate how those are connected. And again, I return to shapes. And I'm just going to grab one of these little arrows. These are easiest way to do it. And I'll have the arrow on that direction. Now for the arrow, I can choose any color. I prefer the highest contrast, so black is what I'll choose there. And then this has actually two arrows, so I'm going to use another one that comes up from here and also connects to fast response, because not only is it social media that's going to reach the population, but smartphone alerts. And you do that to create your outcomes, impacts, everything there. The final step, once everything is done the way you want, and again, you can come back and change these to look how you want to look. So say you want red text with yellow highlighting, anything you want, just to make sure that it's as engaging a logic model as possible. Then once you're done, you click Save As, and I will click Browse, or you can go here. But the main thing you want is JPEG. Save it as an image file. That will allow you to move this image then into your papers, into PDFs, into any media that you want. If you save it as a PowerPoint, it's only going to open in PowerPoint. So save it as a JPEG file and label it whatever it is that you need for the class, and you'll be all set. So hopefully this brief video is helpful for you. If you have any questions, ask your instructor. But yeah, there's plenty of resources on it, but I thought this would be the easiest way to show you how to do it in PowerPoint and how I go about creating logic models in my own work. Thanks so much. Have a great day.